Going to see now Be'ez Hashem Yisborach Daf Lamed Hey. We have a brayse. Trumas Meiser shel Demai shechozer lemkoimo medamas. Ma bein b'koimo shlem koimo. So we can see a reason now. Why, if it returned to its own place, it's medamas? It means the 1 out of 100 came back to the original place. If it went to a different place, not. Chage Omran Bedain Humeime. Praga, they used to say Moshe don't know about time. He also used to say, I swear Moshe that I can say a good reason. So here he also Omer Moshe don't know about time. What did he say? Since it has a koich to be matter shiraim, has a koich to be medamei. Shenichas Rebbe Chaga Omru shehu yishobe b'Moshe. Atam shechozer he taka said that. He said, I swear that this is the reason. Hoyer block a daughter of Chaga. Mabzira also moved the command of Chanina Bahoyer Kipshumish Zuri. Shumish Zuri says that Av Bachoil you can eat al pi shayla. Achab Shem Yenisna Inelach Shumish Zuri. Yes, we can have Shumish Zuri Oime. So Shumish Zuri is our Mishnah. He says this halacha Av Bachoil She'ale V'Echle al Piv. You can ask the Nama Oretz even Bachoil and eat it al Piv. I'm just going to go into this thing here. Hifish Trumas Meiser v'Nisrafu. Papyrus. What's the point? He didn't accomplish anything. As a Sha'ale Ba'ichel Piv. Loi Bedo. Loi Alapshim Mashir says there. Omer as a Ira. Also Uvikim the Chanina Ba'ikashem B'Shaziri. So this is already a bigger Chiddush. It's such another cooler from Shimon Shazuri that if it's Nisraf, then you can eat the Trumas Meiser. Al Pi Shayla. Omer above, Ledam Yahi She'ult Lehikad Meiser. So there's two shaylas, quote unquote, you asked them arts. So there's one, we had now shaylas that was when it got burnt, the chulun, or when it chazal came. Then you ask them arts, and then the Pshim Shizuri says a huge chiddush, you can trust him in regards to be matter, the thing that fell in, it shouldn't be mzameya, or to be matter, the Tumas Meiser itself, if it's nisra of the rest. So this is a two chidushim, there's certain sha'ila that it's okay. However, there's another sha'ila, the Shabbos. What's Shabbos? It also says Shabbos you can ask them earth. Tamon there, what's the sha'ila? Works like this. Loi begin choshed loch, ele begin the zav nitten nach esmal chitten bechoms uchlassen aloch. Amur dilman shisa mesakne haben. So the way you have to phrase it in the case of Shabbos, how do you phrase it? You go to the Amoret, you knock on his door, you say, hello, don't think I'm choshed you chas shon. It was a very, very hectic day for you, and maybe you forgot. So tell me if you forgot. If the Amoret says, no, I did not forget, you can rely on him and you can eat this on Shabbos. That's the din, sha'ila of Shabbos. Now we go to a different sha'ila, here in the case where it got burnt. You must tell him the truth. What's the story? It says, hello, I was choshed you, and I was separated from Meiser shel Demai, and now the rest got burnt. That's not so pleasant to tell him that I was choshed you. So it's much more a tougher shayla. There you can just like make him feel good, so to speak. And here it's more tough. Shmuel Breder Rabbi Yossi Barbin Omar Tan Kapar Kain Amos at Dimua all of you Amos. What's pshat in this Svara that even B'choil, because since it's Dimua, it's really more kedusha, so he says the truth, and if he tells him that I was masakanat, I did not trust you, believe it or not, I did not trust you, but tell me the truth. Maybe maybe I was choshed big shavim. Maybe it was not necessary at all to be sakin, and then he's gonna say the truth. And if he was taka forgot, and if he was separated, and he's gonna say he's separated, and then you can rely that he's gonna say the truth, and then you can eat the rest. Doesn't have a problem of the more. Halacha base. Mission. Does not trust them on meisters. Euch immer Shabbos für Scheine, apisch eine nehmen alle meisters, but you only miss wrong. So this case works that he invites them to eat. It sounds here that somebody makes a party the Shabbos after the Suan. Maybe the Shver makes it, or the father. Somebody makes this party and invites his friends. And it sounds, even though he tells them it's Misarim, doesn't help. So before we had that you can be shoyal on Demai, and here it doesn't say anything about Sha'ila. Let's see what the Gemara says. So here he has to say, it seems from this mission that it's better if he just says Musarim, it's not as good as Sha'ila. That's what it seems from this. Because the Mishnah is very, very solemn here. Before we said that any case a person could ask Am Aretz on Shabbos. And the Am Aretz says, so why do you have to come onto the Eva? Why do you have to say it because of Eva? So we had before something on this. Let's scroll back to see what we had on this question. Why do you need Eva? Oh, because Shalenis Macha. The Gemara says, since you didn't rely on that. The Gemara asked that before. So here there's no heter of Sha'ayla by the Mai. You need a heter because it is Eva. Now Moshe has an interesting shaila. Sha'oli b'Shabbos v'Shoyna v'Leba, Ashniya ma'al sheti osa v'Shoyna. Im listen to heter Sha'ayla b'Shabbos Ashniya. The Mai didn't end up coming. So does he have that heter Shabbos Ashniya? It invites him and he says yes. Is it okay? Is this Moser? He says yes. If he used up his already his heter Sha'ayla, and again we're saying here it's not nismacha. He had enough food. Just happened that he wants to come to him to eat. But the Meister, he asked in the first Shabbos and he didn't end up coming. Amader es chaveira. It says a few times the word Amader. Omer of Chizda kan shaninu she'asa l'chavash eich b'sidish ein l'shem. Can't just, if it's not something special about the Suda, just for the fun of it, you cannot come there. That's why only if it's Mader. So there's a new question here. What's the question? So we know already that the Mai, you do that, you separate Meiser and Trumas Meiser. That's the main thing, to give Trumas Meiser, and then you give Meiser Sheni, and you make Pidyon. How about Meiser Oni? So Lezer says you don't need to separate Meiser Oni at all. Because what's the point? You're separating it, you're not giving it for the oni anyhow. You don't have to give it for the oni, but just to say that in that corner, in Tzvoina B'draim, it should be Maisa Oni. Misha Kor Hashem to Maisa Demai, and Maisa Oni Shal Vehadar. Yitlem Shabbos. So he's not allowed to take it off. Separation is a shvus. So he was Koyer Hashem before Shabbos. He had the Mai, and he separated Trumas Maisa. Or Maisa Oni Shal Vehadar, according to, let's say, Rabbi Blazer says you don't need to separate Maisa Oni from the Mai. So the only case could be by Maisa Oni Shal Vehadar, right? That's where you need to be Koyer Hashem. The point of this mission is that the fact that you take it off and you separate it, that's considered a shus. They should invite them and say, you're eating now, your piece that you're getting is Trumas Meiser. He has a certain part of his box. He had in mind that should be Trumas Meiser. So he says, you tell him right now you're eating that. He tells the only that's what it's not. There's no difference. If you eat pears at Tovela Maisa Oni, Chayav Misa. My time there, blessing. Kimshi Deshu, but if Misa Mafish. So you're not even Chosh, the Oni didn't do it. Time there, Banabelekach Choshen Mafish. Why? What do you care? It's just a Chumra Balma. Why shouldn't he be Machmer and tell the person that buys the produce should separate Maisa Oni? Ton, Nemel Sheni, Nemel Rishon, Divrevlet, Chom Omna, Nemel Rishon, Nemel Sheni. So, Rebbe says, even if you only Nemel for Sheni, you Nemel for Rishon. If you see somebody separating Maisa Sheni, you can assume that he also was Masak in Maisa Rishon. Rebbe says, no, Nemel Rishon, Nemel Sheni. Because Mafish Shein Lebe, Toitz Hano, Mafish Kol Sheni, the Kudah Shaloi, for sure, he's going to be Mafish. Nemel Sheni and Nemel Rishon. But maybe he doesn't want to separate Rishon, doesn't want to give for the Levi anything. He's stingy, so he just separates Sheni. So you can't trust him that you buy for him stuff that it's separated already, Meiser Rishon. My time there, Blazer. So we can say two reasons for a Blazer. Or means if you see a guy separating Sheni, for sure he's separating Rishon because it's an issue to be Magdam. Or it's not because he's such a tzaddik, he knows the halachas that he also the hagdam. If he did very sheni, he probably did rishon. You don't jump to step 2 before you do step 1. So that's clear. Everybody agrees that if you nemel rishon, nemel sheni, right? Because that's kal v'chomer. That's what we said. Kal v'chomer sheni shkula shaloi. But that's the question. Live the Rebbe. What's the pshat? Ma'afrish. Oh, so it's a different reason. What's chazaka? Not because what I said, because it's the second. No, because there's word to say that Sheni, if he's such a tzaddik that he separates Sheni is Sheina b'toisano. Sheina b'toisano means he cannot do anything with it. So before we had a sword to say Ma'aser Rishon is more giving away from himself. Maybe say it Tvakar to Svara Fucha. Sheni cannot do anything. He could. What means Sheni Sheina b'toisano? Doesn't have a toisano. He means he cannot. It's interesting Svara. He can at least give it to which Levi he wants. You see that a person is choshed lahagdim. He doesn't say that ein on tzach like a shame the ma'ase oni shel the mai. So what does that mean? Harishon tzarich likros shem. So if you say Svara that in Choshed Hagdem ein other tzarich likros shem lemaisa oni shel Demai, because we assume that the oni did that the Amaretz did it already. That's what we had before, right? That's the Gemara says. You assume he did it. Why do you assume he did it? The Gemara says that why shouldn't he do it? Shiv of Misa, that ikadaminim al el kid amrinan tam al el. He had already the reason why. We see, okay, how is that Meister Shem Tach Beisai? Omlehem Paduhu Nem. It says in the Mishnah, Bryce and the Mishnah, he took out Meister Sheni from his house. He says to tell them, Paduhu, it's redeemed already. That's what he says. He tells his people, Paduhi. He says you should know it's redeemed. Nem. He says it's already redeemed. He says this was Meister Sheni once, and I redeemed it. How about Pedu li, Pedu lachem, ein a nem? I see the Rabbi Lezer he goes like Rabbi Lezer. Lezer oim a nem the Sheni nem the Rishon. Akin shari lech l'haim Meister Sheni l'min adayin tov hu l'Rishon. So the question is, maybe he only separated Sheni. So you have to go like Rabbi Lezer. Nem the Sheni. So this Meister Sheni that he takes out doesn't have a question. Maybe he did separate Meister Rishon. For sure, separate Meister Rishon also. Because if not, this Meister Sheni itself is Tovel or Meister Rishon. So we see from this that he's Naaman l'Sheni, Naaman l'Rishon. Amar Rabbi Yossi de Hakali. So is get seven to be kuansid b'kuin ech b'tahar v'tim Shemai. Avzen chas m'Sheni v'dan ma'kish elo Sheni Meister Sheni kidu b'y. Amar de Blessed. So it's like it's consistent eating on Shabbos. You're not allowed to give it over in Shabbos. He said to Shavuos to give it over. He just invites them and lets them eat. So here it's interesting halacha. If he says Padu Yehu, this was Meister Sheni once, and I redeemed it as Naaman, but Pedu li, Pedu lachem, ain't a Naaman. If he says that this is Meister Sheni, Pedu, it doesn't say it's ready nivda. It's Meister Sheni, and you could do me a favor, redeem it from me. It means give me some money, and then we don't trust him at all. It's interesting. Or Pedu lachem, you can buy it off me, then it's not good. In an Ammon, we're scared it's not even Meister Sheni, it's just plain chum, it's just tucking a chinik. But if he says it's already all mesukun, everything is okay with it, then we say it's good. The Talmud and the Talmud, Shama Umla, Yechan Chalam, Betonos the Koyam Yanta, Beshahur, Emesh, Mayoim, Silmatir, says in Sech the Beitza. The problem is you're not allowed to give for a Koyan a Silmatiran. Shama says you cannot give Chalam a Tonos. And Phil says you could. Basil Matir, Basil says you could give it for a coin on Yantiv. Chala or Matanas, even if it's for Emesh or it's for Mayoim, you can do it for. So how does this Mishnah work out with that Mishnah? Basil says you're allowed to do it. Hado Yalfanahi, Yalfaman Hado Yalfanahi, Yantiv is Shabbos. Yantiv Gamkin also litten Trumala coin. Yantiv is also to give Hado Yalfanahi. Because it's Mishnah only says Shabbos. Really, Yontif is the same. So the Mishnah there talks Bilimudin. They're used to come to him. Then he's allowed to come to pick it up. So in Oz, it says that they come to eat by his house, and he gives it to them. It means it says the Mishnah Lemudem loichel etzloi, yavoy v'yochlu. They anyway come to him, his guest. Then he could give it to them. But if they're special guests, then it's not okay. That's why the Mishnah here says it's not good. And the Mishnah there says Evasil Matir, talking Lemudem. Mishnah talks not Lemudem. That's a stam case. You're not allowed to give it for the only if he's not as easy. Usually doesn't come to your house on Shabbos. A person doesn't want to eat his bread, means if it belongs to me, why should I eat it in your house? So you cannot just invite him and make him feel like you're giving him your bread. Usually a person that he owns its own bread, I want to go out of my own house. Why should I be a vuza and eat it in your house if I own this bread? Tana, la yisarv adam b'chaveiroi. It's a Geneivat Da'at. It's a din. You cannot ask your friend to come eat by me, or other kinds of ways of you want to give him gifts. You know he's not willing to accept it. You just want to flatter him. My b'takroivus. What does the word b'takroivus mean? So I don't know what's the difference between the archoi, but the yahavle b'takroivus. Yahavle b'takroivus she'idei she'ein roitze. It's supposed to be a lamet here. The kabel. It's a different type. So I guess the first one means he doesn't want to eat by you. He needs to eat in his own house. And the second means he's invited somewhere else. Shleim have a mapich pilchen the small yamin and mapich beis yad shel halachic l'simen shekvam bezuman hi. Pilchich the smaller leyamina. So sometimes it's just a fancy way of saying that they turn the sleeve upside down. That's what I saw in some pshat. Tona, im liegen base obviously the chuches tzvua mishim tana tamas china. Mazel the tov b'chinam choyshe oshe Demai. It's not no water there. It's colorful. Nobody can see what's inside. Tona, let's just finish here. Yesh be'akem Yisrael gabayim goyim shel Yisrael shel akem Franza ni Yisrael ni akem vakem shel Yisrael shel akem goyim Yisrael shel akem nacham Yisrael akem kol Yisrael lam shel Jom and dag shel gid shel la yene yeme b'shte shel akem mayu so Yisrael menachem le shom le bo tona b'chi yem shel akem awesome ilu bo milon la tzo shel lahem v'chmok shel chikana mahem. Okay, I guess we went way too far. So this tape is going to be the Daf are going to go, let's see where we started. Started from uh, 35. I think we went all the way to 37. 35, 37. Okay, Atkan 35 to 37.